After a complete weekend without any kind of internet, I'm back here to bring you guys obviously what you want, which is Barcelona news. And there's some big news that has been carried on while I'm gone. The first one being that Rakitic was being scouted or targeted by PSG to become their newest midfielder, and Barcelona reacting to that and renewing Rakitic, which it seems like a good move, or is it? We're going to talk about that, and then we're also going to talk about Rabiot, which is the last-ditch effort for Barcelona to try and incorporate a new midfielder in our side. So we're going to talk about that and so much more. So if you're interested, well, let's get into it. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here, and welcome back to another video here today. On this channel we do a lot of match previews, match reactions, football discussion videos just like this one, which you guys can suggest the topic of them through Instagram and other social media. So if you're interested and you're new, I invite you to subscribe. This is going to be the first of 2 episodes today of Hora Blaugrana. I want to come back with a bang, the same it was my preview for Barcelona Deportivo Alavés, the same I want to do. I want to come back from this little break perhaps of not talking Barcelona that much and give you guys what you deserve. So in today's episode we're going to talk about Rakitic and Rabiot, like I said already, and on the next one we're going to talk about Rafinha and the possibility of him departing to Real Betis and also Paco Alcácer to Dortmund. So this is going to be a very packed day full of Barcelona news. So today, let's get into it. Rakitic and Rabiot. So while I was gone, it seemed that PSG wanted to make a double bid for Sergio Busquets and Rakitic. Busquets was renewed to 2021, earning himself a second-tier wage contract. I'm talking second-tier, meaning that all of the big players we have under Lionel Messi are like second-tier. You know, the Luis Suarez, the Coutinhos, the people now like Busquets, including Piqué. All of those players are earning a lot more wages than they used to before, but obviously less than Lionel Messi. It seems that now the next step for Barcelona would be to renew Rakitic, and that's what it's being reported today. It's being reported that to take away the interest of PSG, Barcelona are looking to renew as well Rakitic. And I want to talk about this particularly. I wouldn't normally talk about a renewal about a player like Rakitic because it's understandable that we obviously want to keep a player like him. But the thing here is very important. There are two main things, too many concerns that I have with this particularly. And first of all, I want to answer some questions that you guys would have had, because a lot of you have been saying that the guy who it's more expendable to leave this Barcelona side could be Rakitic. Although I disagree with that, and many of you still do see Rakitic as a very important part of our squads, I think some of you are also getting right into the chase, that perhaps it could be a bad move that we're renewing Rakitic, or maybe not, that we're paying him too much wages. But stuff like this, it come and goes, really. It really come and goes. In the case with Rakitic, he's come out of one of his biggest seasons ever. He won 2 cups with Barcelona, he reached the final of the World Cup, and it's obviously understandable that there will be some teams like PSG that would like to take Rakitic into that role. But Rakitic certainly is one of the most prolific midfielders out there in the world. I think that he can feed all kinds of systems. We talk about a Pep Guardiola system with tiki-taka, that's fine. We talk about a pressuring system like Thomas Tuchel, it works. We talk about Barcelona, a more balanced now with Valverde, it also works. Even he could work in a back three with somebody like Antonio Conte. Rakitic can work in many different formations, in many different positions throughout the midfield, so it's no wonder why there's so many clubs looking out for him. And especially, as I said, there's this thing surrounding the camp now saying that perhaps Rakitic could be the expendable guy, although once again I say I do not agree with him. But in the case of the contract, I gotta say that I don't think it makes too much sense, and I'm a little bit worried about what we're doing with the contracts in Barcelona specifically. I think that we, as Barcelona, as like the entire club, they're spending too much on trying to renew the players. Like, they give them so big contracts. For people like Rakitic and Busquets, I understand, but when I want to mention somebody like a Clement Lenglet, a Digne, they were earning too much at Barcelona. They're still earning too much at Barcelona, and we're the biggest club out there in the world that has the bigger wage bill. I'm talking about obviously Lionel Messi being one of the highest earners in the world. I think there may be somebody out there in China who's earning more, or Ronaldo now at Juventus. I'm not too sure about that, but certainly Messi is gonna be earning a lot more wages, and it's gonna build up this huge financial structure that we now build. Other people like Coutinho, Luis Suarez are earning a lot. They're all earning like the same kind of wages. I cannot find where exactly I can find exactly what they're being paid. but certainly they're all at a similar level. But then people like Lenglet, people like Arthur perhaps, they're still earning a lot more money. I think the highest earner in Atletico Madrid is Antoine Griezmann with like 22 million. And for us, I think before Digne was earning like 12 million a year. So it really doesn't make too much sense. You know, like 10 million difference between a player like Digne and a player like Antoine Griezmann. You can really see a difference in that kind of sense. So it's about balancing stuff. And I think this is really worrying because do we really need to renew Rakitic? That's the question. Do we really need to renew Rakitic? If PSG would have wanted to come for Rakitic, they would have need to buy or put in the table 125 million euros. And that wasn't going to happen. PSG cannot spend that kind of money for Rakitic right now. They could spend like around 80 million on trying to get a double deal for someone like Rafael Guerreiro and Julian Weigl, which would be completely fine. But they cannot go ahead and spend 125 million right now in the current state of their financial structure, just having bought Mbappe and then Neymar. There's absolutely no way they're going to be able to spend that kind of money. So Barcelona really didn't need it to go to that extent of renewing Rakitic to try and get him secure and get him away of the interest of PSG. So that's the main thing and the main worry for me nowadays. Like, are we really renewing players because we want like to have a higher release clause and trying to keep ourselves with those kind of players? Or are we really looking into the future and new prospects? Because if we then give Rakitic like a release clause of 300 million in the near future, the only way we are going to get rid of Rakitic is by losing money. Because he's going to earn so much in wages that there are not going to be too many people interested in him. That's the thing that happened with Ander Gomez. Ander Gomez, 30-40 million. Okay, Barcelona were willing to let other clubs get Ander Gomez for less. But the wages that he had were too high to try and get rid of the player. And that could be a problem in the future. I'm saying Rakitic right now is an amazing player. I want to keep him. But picture 2-3 more years when he's 34, 35 perhaps, or even 33. What are we going to do to try and get rid of a guy like this? There's Arda Turan. That's a very big thing. Arda Turan was around 29 where we bought him, I think, and then he was like 31, 32, and what we did with him, like how did we manage to get rid of him? Basically giving him to Istanbul Basaksehir and then telling him we can pay 50-50 wages. Like that's not good business, and I think we need to watch out for that. The wages structure of this club of Barcelona needs a little bit of fixing. But now moving on into Adrien Rabiot, and Rabiot moving obviously to Barcelona. It seems that the De Jong deal is obviously on stall because we all know what's going on with that. We all know that De Jong will move to Barcelona, or Barcelona will push that move and Ajax will be willing to sell if they don't qualify for the Champions League. They have currently Dynamo Kiev, I think, for the qualifiers for the Champions League group stages. That's actually kind of like a difficult draw. It could be a more difficult draw than it seems, but I think Ajax obviously had a little bit of an edge in that. So they will probably qualify for the Champions League if I'm not too like crazy or not. What do you think about that? Do you think Ajax will qualify? I think they will. So I think that the young deal will most likely be pushed to next season or even the season after that. So we need to watch out for that and how it develops. But for now, Barcelona still want a new midfielder, and that guy could be Adrien Rabiot. Adrien Rabiot seems like already PSG have said that they are willing to let the player go, after Thomas Tuchel have said directly on a press conference saying that they all know the situation about Rabiot. Rabiot knows what I think. Now it's up to him. So that's basically like very direct, very, very harsh. If he was saying that the player would stay, he would say it. He would say, I think the player would stay. I would want the player to stay. But if you say something like, he knows what I mean, he knows what I want, it will more likely mean that he's willing to let part goes or let ways or split, I don't know how you say it, like split ways, there it is, split ways with the French midfielder. So now it's up to Rabiot to see what he can do. It seems that there are other clubs interested, the same way, for instance, someone like AC Milan, they're interested, other clubs like Juventus as well. So we need to start moving for it. And now Barcelona are moving all their interest, all basically their resources to try and get this player. And they are also willing to just go under 50 million max. That's the top, that's the limit for Barcelona if they want to get Adrien Rabiot. And to be honest with you, I think we can get him for less. I think Barcelona could try and get him for like 35 million. I think that could be a good option, like perhaps 30 million and other in bonuses to get up even to like a 40 million kind of mark or value. I think that would be a good move for Barcelona, to be honest with you. But like I said, once again, then we need to start moving closer, because this transfer window closes in 8 days. In 8 days is when it closes, or 10 days actually, 10 days. Oh my god, it's fucking 10 days it closes the transfer window. So we need to watch out. We need to watch out for what we can do right now. Rabiot could be a good incorporation. I don't know, but we still need to get rid of some players. And if you want to learn more about the players I think we should get rid of, then watch the next episode of Hora Blaugrana. It will be linked up here, but obviously this video is uploaded first, so when it's soon uploaded, you're gonna be able to find it there, and also in the link in the description down below. In that video, we will talk about Rafinha will depart into Real Betis. That seems like a possible opportunity, and I will give you my opinion on that, because to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I agree with that departure. And the same with Pau Alcácer to Dortmund. We're also going to talk about that, because that's another departure I also do not agree with. So I think it's going to be a little bit interesting the next episode. So if you enjoyed, just like always, remember to drop us a like and leave us a subscribe. And basically that's it. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.